In a small Croatian village lived a simple man named Frane Selak, an ordinary-looking man, but his life was anything but ordinary. Death chased him everywhere, reaching for him time and time again. Yet each time he miraculously survived, until he became known as the luckiest, or perhaps the unluckiest man in the world. His story began in 1962, when he boarded a crowded train that suddenly derailed and plunged into an icy river. 17 people drowned before his eyes, but he emerged from the wreckage alive, battered with wounds and fear. Only a year later, he was on a small airplane when its doors suddenly blew open mid-flight, pulling passengers out into the sky. 19 people fell to their deaths, but he landed on a haystack, stunned, unable to believe his body was still breathing. 3 years passed, and he found himself on a bus that skidded off the road and crashed into a river. 4 passengers drowned, but he swam to safety once again. Then, in 1970, while driving his car, the engine suddenly burst into flames. He jumped out just in time, before it exploded. 3 years later, in almost the same scene, another fuel leak set his car ablaze, but he managed to leap out before the fire consumed him. He thought death had grown weary of him, but it returned to test him again in 1995, when a speeding car struck him as he crossed the street. Onlookers believed the end had finally come, but he rose slowly and carried on as if nothing had happened. Just a year later, while driving along a narrow mountain road, a massive truck appeared suddenly in front of him. With no way to escape, he swerved, sending his car off a steep cliff. At the last moment, he flung open the door and leaped out, clinging to the branch of a small tree, while his car crashed into the depths below. Dangling between life and death, he once more survived his 7th escape. After all these confrontations with death, the greatest twist of all came in 2003, when he bought an ordinary lottery ticket and discovered he had become a millionaire overnight. People laughed, some saying, "What an unlucky man," while others insisted, "He is the happiest man on earth." But Frane himself would always smile and say, "Life is not about escaping death, but about holding on to it every time it tries to slip away from you." The Croatian man Frane, who became famous as the world's luckiest man, passed away in 2016 at the age of 87. After surviving 7 deadly accidents and winning the lottery, he spent his final years peacefully with his wife, away from the spotlight, before departing quietly like any ordinary man, as if death had waited patiently all those years only to finally whisper, "Now, your time has come."